G'day guys, how's it going? Well, inverse proportionality and intellectual debate. I was thinking about this ages ago, about how I've been watching some people debate on various different topics, and they are quite heated topics, or controversial, I would say, topics. But the topics nonetheless that deserve discussion, open debate, open intellectual debate. Now, it was quite shocking to see the actual moderators say, that's a defamatory, that's a thing, I don't believe that, and blah, 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 into a debate. Like, you're a moderator, your personal feelings shouldn't come into this debate. You should be assessing based on the arguments and whether the person has addressed those points in an argument or a discussion, and then rate and mark on that, not whether you believe in what they're saying or not whether you're offended by something that they said, not even it's quite interesting. And they're saying, well, how's that relevant to my argument? And it's like, well, it's not, because one thing I will say is that a lot of people are not up to intellectual discussions or thoughts or theories and stuff like that. And why is that? Because of the bubble that they're in. They're so intent on proving themselves right and everyone else is wrong. Their arguments are so illogical. The biggest ones I've seen, particularly in the media, I think it's the logical fallacy of I think it's grouping or division, where, say, if a car tire is made out of rubber, therefore, and a car tire is part of a car, therefore the car is made out of rubber. Now, we all know that's not true, but yet that is the form of discussion, the form of reasoning that people apply to a lot of arguments. And I'm thinking, no, that's not true. But people will say that. I mean, they do it. They go from a small part, like a part of a car, to encompass the whole car, but only when it suits them, because then when you catch them on and go, no, hey, wait a minute, what about the mirrors? The mirrors are made of glass. They go, oh, well, there are exceptions, and I didn't say all the car. I said, well, no, the definitive you said was actually, your declarative was actually, that if a car's tyre is made out of rubber, therefore the car's made out of rubber. You didn't say that a car's tyre is most made out of, or there are bits, or the car's partly made out of rubber. You said the car is made out of rubber. I go, oh, but no, I didn't say that. Oh, there might be exceptions. Like, oh, no, you've just completely illustrated your mode of thought, your way of argument, your way of reasoning, your logical train of thought, and your rationality. To me, it wouldn't be rational, logical, and it's not even specific. And that's the thing also with science. A science is very specific. It's not generalities. I mean, there's lots of media saying that, a lot of things are true because, most scientists agree on something, and I'm like going, I don't think so. They might agree to a generality, but with caveats. And the thing with intellectual debates is that there are specifics. When you're talking about a debate, you're specifically addressing one chain of argument, specifically, not generally. If you are talking about generalities, you address a generality, which is what, I tell, morning Henrika, what I tell a lot of people about when they're trying to communicate with their partners. It's like in general, if it's a girl communicating with a guy and they're having problems, I say, okay, what did you ask him? Did you ask them specifically this? They said, well, no, I kind of said, what do you think about? I said, well, that was the wrong thing to say, as in a guy will not get that at all. I said, well, what do you mean? I said, if you want a specific answer from a guy, you're going to have to ask him a specific question. And yeah, you'd be prepared for them to say something you didn't expect, because If you really want to know the answer, you ask them. If you're fishing for a compliment or fishing for an answer that you want, yeah, don't ask them. Or just tell them that, you know, you think X, Y, Z and get their input. But getting back to intellectual debates, there's a whole lot of logical fallacies that I see. And where does inverse proportionality come into it? The fervour, I guess, in which the reason is left behind the logic, the actual train of thought, the way that they scatter the arguments, inversely proportional to the emotions that they feel within that debate, within the topic that they're talking about. Well, I shouldn't say it's not inversely proportional, it's directly proportional then. But the inverse proportionality in it is the, I guess, the reliability that, you know, I mean, yeah, yeah, asking specific questions is always good. Being specific, not a general, what do you think? To say, I think this, and given X, Y, Z, is this what you think? Or what do you think if with X, Y, Z applied? But there are a lot of things that are inversely proportional when you see some people that appear to be logical, and they're just totally, I don't know. It's a curious thing to me. But I kind of lost my train of thought then. There's so much going on here at South Bank. But yeah, logic, having an actual intellectual debate. One test is to go, okay, let me see you. This is your point of view, yeah, right. Okay, how about you take the opposite point of view and try and argue with me on that, on the same level at which you are talking at this point in time, and I will argue the other level, or the other opposition, or your position. And then you look for and find all the holes and find where, you know, the references, the commonalities that people argue about, and see if they're true. I mean, really look into it. Don't just Google stuff and have a look. I mean, I'm finding Google very dissatisfying in that regards in some respects, because to actually look at a lot of things you need to drill down a whole lot, like get really specific, and it had been actually really hard for me to find references to actual real studies, not just article quoted this in a scientific study generally about this. And I said, okay, well, what specific study? They have like 5 or 6 studies. Which section? Can you point me to that section? And they're like, no, you just got to believe that it's from these people, and I believe them, and they're an institution, therefore it's true. I go, well, okay, well, here's a reference in a study from another institution. Oh, I don't believe them because I don't like those people. It's like, but that doesn't your belief in whether you like them or not has nothing to do with the facts that they're presenting in an argument. And you need to address those, rather than, you know, say, okay, what about this? Oh, and then what about that? And what about that? Oh, I don't understand. It was so amusing when I actually saw someone say, oh, and what about those people? I don't care about those people. Going, okay, so you're applying a general theorem to everything, like, say, Australia, but you don't care about those specific states. You don't care about the differences in those states. So you can't say that all this applies to Australia if those specific states have different viewpoints, legislation, administrative procedures. You can't apply that. I mean, where's the logic in that? I don't know. Anyway, that's enough for me. Think about things that are inversely proportional when people start arguing or talking about a topic, particularly when they get really, really emotive. Are they actually seeking information, looking for your point of view, or are they just seeking to confirm their own point of view? And are they just bored and just trying to fill in their own time? Or do they not have a purpose in life that they need to fill it up with something? I mean, what is so missing in some people's lives that they get so fanatical? I don't know. Anyway, that's it for me on Hump Day. Some places, particularly down in New South Wales, have gotten some rain, which is awesome. However, these fires have been going since I think at least August, September, and it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. There's a lot of people donating. They've come kind of late to the party. If they're going to donate, please find local communities and talk to the locals about where they can donate or what they can donate and how they can help. I know that there's a lot of new ones starting up. Good on them. However, there's also people that have been in the communities for a long time, well established, they have the connections, they know what needs to be done, and they will rebuild. Fantastic photos of some wildlife and flora coming back after back burning, and some hazard reduction that I've seen. Amazing stuff, amazing. Just to go to show how cool Australia is. It's like a phoenix, I'd tell you that now. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Love you guys, and I'll just check out these pine trees here at South Bank. That'd be awesome to actually have pine forests again. Well, wallaby pines anyway. Bye.